For my wife, Lauren Wallace, service is about holding space for stories that the world needs to hear. Her commitment crystallized at the Warrior Weekend to Remember, where she first served bringing art to Gold Star children. Witnessing them process profound loss with resilient innocence permanently altered her heart. The following year, she returned, and she and I, with our organization, the Van of Valor, to record oral histories from Purple Heart recipients and Gold Star families. In those quiet conversations, a haunting refrain emerged. We want our country to love us as much as we love it. She understood these were not asks for recognition, but pleas for understanding, a bridge between the reality of sacrifice and a civilian world often unaware of its costs. This gap in our national consciousness became the challenge she felt called to address. Her response was to act not as a protagonist, but as a conduit. Inspired by the veterans' voices, she undertook the civic work of petitioning local governments to create visible, permanent reminders of sacrifice. She proclaimed Roanoke Island in North Carolina as America's first Purple Heart Island, launching the Van of Valor's journey. After our 280-day mission collected 317 narratives, she stood before the city council in Northport, Florida, to advocate for its designation as a Purple Heart city. These acts, to her, were never about having her name on a plaque. They were about stitching the threads of sacrifice into the tapestry of our national consciousness, creating geographical touchstones of remembrance. This ripple effect is tangible. These designations have sparked local partnerships to develop school curriculum about service and sacrifice, especially as America approaches its 250th anniversary. The lasting impact, however, lives in the quiet relief of a veteran who finally felt heard. And it's the archival permanence of stories that will now educate generations. Lauren believes true leadership is humble stewardship. As a retired Air Force Senior Master Sergeant and Purple Heart and Bronze Star with Valor recipient, I understand there are two ways to earn the Purple Heart. And she recognizes that survivors carry a weight she can never fully lift. Her role, as she sees it, is not to speak for them, not to speak for us, but to hand them a pen, to ensure the legacy of those who did not come home, men like the 415 men and women featured alongside our van, is anchored in our collective memory. She acts as a scribe for their courage, for our courage, focus on a mission far greater than personal recognition, making sure the cost of freedom is never forgotten and that a nation's love for its protectors is as enduring as their sacrifice. Now let me tell you a personal note why I felt so compelled to share this with you today. As we've traveled these beautiful 48 contiguous United States, all 48 of them, stretches, if you've seen our map, it looks like spider webs. And everywhere we went, there's so many people truly astonished that although she is the lifelong child of a soldier, wife of an airman, and has been a lifelong patriot herself, they can't really understand why she would connect so deeply to this mission. And I think this here is a good understanding of why. So if you're feeling this yourself, if you're feeling compelled to do great things for people like me and those out there suffering in silence particularly, don't let the naysayers be those who stop you. You fit into this tribe. You fit into this family. I'm tired of our tribe being so small that nobody else can even understand the things we go through, much less fathom while someone like you may want to help us. So if you feel compelled by the work Lauren's doing and the work the Van of Valor's doing, get out of your box and help. you're good with us. Thank you. Thanks for your time.